Hey everybody, Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video we're taking a look at the AWE 0FG single side exit exhaust system with the diamond black tips, fitting 2021 and newer 3.5 EcoBoost powered F-150s, excluding Raptor and Tremor models. If you're after a high quality, no holds barred exhaust setup for your EcoBoost F-150, you can stop right here. AWE's 0FG system is a great option that absolutely looks and sounds the business. Now on our loudness meter, we're going to give this one a 4 out of 5. As you heard from the clips at the start of the video, it earns every bit of that rating. It's a great sounding system, and if you notice the name 0FG, I think that gives you a pretty good summary of what this exhaust is all about. For all the naysayers out there who claim that there is no way to make an EcoBoost powered truck sound good, well, AWE is out to prove you wrong. The 0FG system doesn't care what you think, and it gives these trucks a really cool, unique sound. It's deep, especially at idle, and it takes on this sort of race car type of wail as the revs climb, and it sounds good all the way through. But if you want that great sound and volume in a package that you can live with, AWE has you covered with this system as well. It's got a ton of character in it and the volume is just right. It's loud, but it doesn't grate on you. Now inside the cabin, it's actually even more tolerable than you might think. Yes, it is going to be significantly louder than stock, but as you heard from the clips, it's still perfectly acceptable for daily use, especially if you like a loud exhaust. The tone is pleasant, and thanks to AWE's 180 technology, you don't get any drone. Now this system does not have a muffler, and instead you only get this one resonator. Now inside of that resonator are specially designed ports that will allow exhaust gas pulses to move through and realign 180 degrees out of phase with other frequencies. And what that does is it cancels out drone, giving you the sound you're after with no unpleasant side effects. It's a clever trick that addresses the root cause of drone, leaving you with a great sound and a slick piece of engineering. And of course, we also have to talk about the tips. Now this setup is designed to exit in the same location as your stock exhaust, just behind the passenger side rear tire. But instead of the plain old single tip, you get these dual slash-cut 4.5-inch diameter tips with this killer diamond black finish. And no getting around it, I think these things look great. This is a bit more of a subtle update, but I really think it just works. This sort of tip always works on pickup trucks, and maybe I'm biased because I'm just a fan of this setup, but I really like it. AWE does offer this same system with a dual rear exit setup for those of you who want something that's a little bit more classic hot rod style. And that is of course available on our site as well, but personally, I like this one quite a bit. My personal preferences for exhaust setup aside though, construction here is also a highlight, as it is with all of AWE's systems. You get 3-inch, 0.065-inch thick T304L stainless steel tubing. This is also a totally bolt-on system, so you don't have to modify anything. The tips also adjust a little bit, so you can get them fitted perfectly if you want them to stick out a little bit or you want them to be flush with your quarter panel. They are of course 4.5 inches in diameter, and they feature that diamond black finish over top. Everything here is really nice too. It's almost a shame that once you put it on the truck, you're really not going to be able to see much of it because it is really well made. All the welds look really good, and the best part is it's manufactured right here in the USA. All that good stuff though does come in at a hefty price. This one's going to run you about $1,400, of course putting it toward the top end of the spectrum for catbacks for this gen of truck. This is again a premium option given that really good construction, the material quality, and all the engineering that's baked in here. Yes, you are paying a lot of money, but you're still getting a lot of good stuff here, and if you want a really solid setup that sounds good and is tolerable for a daily driver, you got to be willing to shell out for it. Installation gets a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 2 hours to complete. Now, like I mentioned a few moments ago, this is a totally bolt-on system. It's going to utilize all your factory exhaust hanger locations, so you don't have to modify anything on your truck. So that's going to make for a pretty simple installation process. Now, exhaust can be a little finicky, especially if you're working on the ground and not on a lift, but don't worry, we're going to walk you through the process right now. So for that, let's head on out to the shop.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, an extension, 10, 13, 15, and 16 millimeter sockets, a hanger removal tool, some lubricant, and also not shown here is a pole jack and an extra set of hands to help you get your exhaust out. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing an exhaust on our F-150, so let's get started. So we've got the truck up in the air, and the first thing we're going to need to do is remove our factory setup. We're going to start with our 15 millimeter clamp here at our flex pipe. So we're going to grab our 15 mil socket on our impact and loosen this up. So we'll come up here and loosen this clamp. Next, we can unbolt the brackets for our 2 hanger isolators here on our frame rail. For that, we're going to use our 10mm socket and extension on our ratchet. You want to hold on to this hardware when you remove it. Next, we're going to remove our hanger isolator for our muffler section. And the easiest way to do that is to use your 10mm socket and extension on your impact and unbolt it. Now we do have a pole jack underneath our muffler to help support it. And once you have it unbolted, it does have a tab on the other side. Just have to lower this pole jack down a bit, get that out of its seat. Sure that's free and clear. Now we can unbolt our rear hanger bracket section, again with our 10mm socket and extension on our impact. There is also a bolt on the inside of the frame rail. You want to support your exhaust when you do this. Now we can come up to our 2-bolt flange and remove the 2 13mm bolts holding that in place. Now we do have an extra set of hands at the rear of the exhaust because once we unbolt this, we'll bring this back and take it out of the truck. We've got our 13mm socket and extension on our impact. We'll get these out. We're going to hold on to these bolts. Once we clear the cross member, we can bring the front of our exhaust down, get the tail over the axle. Alrighty guys, so now that we have our factory system out, we have our original and our new setup here laid out on the floor, and we need to transfer some of our factory hangers over to our new system. So first is going to be one of our 2 frame-mounted hangers here up front. Now the most forward one is going to be easier to remove because it is not colleted. So we're going to snag that one off of there and transfer it to the new system first. We've got our hanger removal tool. We're going to pop that off. We'll get this off of here. And you want to keep it in the same orientation. Transfer that to our new setup. Then we can move on down the line. Next, we'll grab our muffler mounted isolator. Remember, this one's going to go to your cross member below your bed. We'll get that to our new setup. We'll just leave it on there like that for now. Then we can get our rear hanger. We may need to rotate this one a bit to get it out of the way of our overaxle pipe. And this one sometimes will just come right off. Transfer that right over. Okay. Now we can begin getting our system in place. So we've got our new mid pipe here. We're going to connect our new 2-bolt flange to our factory 2-bolt flange. So we'll get this in place. We'll get our factory bolts back into place. Once we have these started, we'll grab our 13 mil socket on our impact and just snug these down for now. We're not going to fully tighten them just yet. You want to alternate the side you're tightening because you don't want to torque your flange. Now, because of our cab and bed configuration, which is a Super Crew with a long bed, we're going to need to add in our extension pipe as well. You want to refer to the manufacturer specs for whether you need this for your configuration or not. So we'll grab our 3-inch clamp, slide that over our mid pipe, slip our extension pipe on, get our clamp in place, and we're going to snug this down. So now we'll grab our 16 mil socket on our impact, snug this down. And we're not going to fully tighten it, we just want it snug for now. Now we can get our muffler section in place. So once again, we'll grab a 3-inch clamp, slide that onto our extension pipe. Get this in place. Get our slip joint seated. And we're going to reinstall our two 10mm bolts for our hanger bracket. Get our bracket in position. Once we have those in place, we'll grab our 10 mil socket on our ratchet and tighten these two down. Now we'll need to get our crossmember hanger back in. You want to get that line back up. Get your tab back into place. Install your 10mm bolt. We can tighten that back down with our 10 mil socket on our ratchet. Now we can come back and snug our muffler inlet clamp down again with our 16 mil socket. Next, we'll get our overaxle section in place. Once again, 3-inch clamp. Onto our muffler outlet section. Now that we have that in place, we'll get our two factory 10mm bolts for this hanger. Get those back in place. Tighten those down. Our 10 mil socket on our ratchet. Then we can come back and snug down our clamp, and using our 16 mil socket. Now we can get our tip Y pipe into place. One more clamp. Slide that onto our tail section. Now because the rear of the bed here has a slight taper, we're going to angle that to match the taper. Now you could come straight out with it if you want. It's really up to you. So we'll match that taper and then we'll tighten down our clamp. Now you want it to have a little bit of wiggle room still, so we can adjust when we put our tips on. Now we can get our tips installed. So we're going to grab two more of our clamps, one for each tip. Get those on each of our outlet pipes here. Now you do have some adjustability whether you want your tips to be more flush or stick out. I'm going to have ours stick out a little bit, like so. You want to match up your slash cut Once you're satisfied with your angles, you can come in and tighten your clamps down. Now when tightening your clamps on your tips, they do want to walk around a bit, so just make sure they stay where you want. And you always want to double check. Now you want to make sure and go through to double check that nothing is hitting or going to be rubbing. Then we'll come back and tighten down fully all of our clamps, starting with our Y-pipe clamp here and our 16 mil socket, all the way back up to our flange with our 13 mil socket. Now we'll get our muffler inlet and extension pipe clamped tight. Now we'll fully tighten our flange bolts with our 13 mil socket. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our AWE Zero FG single exhaust system with diamond black tips and side exit for your 21 to current 3.5 liter EcoBoost F-150, excluding the Raptor and Tremor. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.